I thought to myself, last night, I'm like, speaking to myself, it's so sad. And I'll stop doing that right now.
It's all right.
Who can score like this in the league? You got the Chiefs, you've got the Rams, you've got the Saints, you've got the
Colts.
No, the next one I thought of was the Bears.
See,
what we saw on Sunday night, and we talked about that with Chris Collinsworth earlier. What you see, you need guys all over the lot who can get open. You need speed. You need guys who could score from anywhere on the field. You need a quarterback who's got it, and it looks like Trubisky is getting it. And you need a coach who's dialing it up, and Nagy's doing that. He comes straight from Andy Reid.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Bears are next in that mix right now.
Well, when I look at the Bears, the one thing that concerns me is there's some throws that I've seen Mitchell Trubisky, that you're just like, ooh. And those are the throws that are going to hurt you in the long run. If you make that ooh throw, like, oh, that wasn't a good one, or who are you throwing to, that when you start to question, like, who is he throwing to there?
Well,
he's young.
Didn't Goff do that last year and year two, really? First year with McVay? Didn't he have a few of those throws?
He had a couple of those, and that's what it haunted him in the playoffs, right? When they went and played the Falcons, he had one or two of those, and obviously Matt Ryan didn't. And then those are the plays that I think that's going to concern you when you go down the road. But you know what? That's a great matchup. It'll be on Sunday night in a couple weeks. Well, it'll be in Chicago, it'll be cold.
Yeah, I mean, and Pittsburgh obviously can score like that. I mean, and you know, you've got the Colts that have played that well. So, I mean, last question for you on this, just the omnibus question here. Because to me, if I'm a fan of a team, I want it to look like the Rams, Chiefs, Steelers, obviously, Bears, Saints. Like, that's what I want it to look like. I want it to be that way. The Patriots are just an interesting conundrum where they do have weapons. They've got the GOAT back there. They've got a strong running game. I'm just wondering if they're not equipped. Is that a fair thing to wonder? Like, can they win a game like last night if they get into that shooting
match? Well, they beat the Chiefs in a shootout.
They did.
And so I think as long as – it's just like the Packers. The Packers rosters, they're trying to figure it out. But as long as you have Aaron Rodgers back there, you'll be in every game. With Tom Brady, as long as you have Tom Brady, you'll be in every game. It just comes to your defense making a turnover and getting an interception or getting the crucial play that you saw against the Packers, that you saw against the Chiefs. And their defense is opportunistic. They'll find ways to get the ball out or get a turnover. And that's all you need in this game. And that's what you saw last night. I mean, there's 3 defensive touchdowns. Have you ever seen that in the game?
Well, certainly not. I've never seen anything last night.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen anything like. We've never seen a game that's been where both teams scored in the 50s, 105 combined points. There were 3 defensive touchdowns. Like I said, Mahomes threw a pick 6 and 6 touchdowns. It's nuts. Last night was absolutely nuts.
I want to say it was 91 points with 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I was like, ooh.
The Rams had 1 fewer fourth quarter possessions than the Falcons had the entire game against the Cowboys.
See, now that's a stat that blows my mind.
The Rams had 7 fourth quarter possessions last night.
And
the Falcons had 8 the entire game against the Cowboys. Fact. It's nuts.
I think Jerry was thinking his defense is more like the Rams' offense, where they can do the.
Hey, Jerry's defense isn't too shabby, man.
Oh, they're
Jerry's
playing
defense,
well.
That Leighton Vander Esch is no joke, man.
He is. I have to. Byron Jones is playing better too.
Yeah, I mean, and then those guys on the front 4. I think Washington.
They call themselves the Hot Boys.
The Hot Boys, as you
know.
They
think this is Lil Wayne and Juvenile and them.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.